My name is Vizela. My goal is to become the first player in RuneScape to achieve the maximum total level of 2277 in every version of the game. On the 31st of October 2019, I achieved my very first maxcape on the main version of the game after 7 long years. 14 days later, the Twisted League came out. The first league with a brand new game mode, where I and several thousand other players became landlocked to the continent of Zia, in the lands of Karen and Kebos, with the objective to accumulate as many league points as possible in a period of 63 days. The following progress takes place between days 2 and 3 of the Twisted League. I have 61 days left to achieve the maximum total level in an area that has no agility costs and where resources, space and time is competed for at every turn by other players. I have to accomplish my end goal of reaching the 227 total level before my time runs out, otherwise my entire series is a bust. I can't call myself the first and only player to max in every version of RuneScape if I don't achieve my objective. Welcome to the Tithe farm in the south of Vesuvius. This minigame is the key in helping us jump from the early game straight into the late game, as it holds all the kinds of rewards and gear that is going to help us max in the Twisted League. You see, the Tithe farm has tasks which revolve around us completing certain objectives and tasks. For each task completed here, I will receive league points, which will add us closer to unlocking our next relic. At the end of episode 1, I had already unlocked 2 relics. Endless Endurance allows us to run without losing any run energy, whilst Hardcore Harvester Relic allows us to accumulate triple the normal resources I would usually get from gathering skills such as mining or fishing. But there is a third relic that I'm going to need if I'm going to max in the Twisted League. The Eye of a Tizian relic will allow us to receive double the usual amount of experience in smithing, cooking, firemaking, herb lore, fletching, crafting and construction. If I'm going to achieve 99s in smithing, herb lore and construction, then I'm definitely going to need this relic unlocked. Fletching, crafting and firemaking aren't as difficult as these 3, but at least I'll be getting double experience in these skills as well when I unlock this third relic. And that's where the Tithe farm minigame comes in. If I accumulate enough reward points here, I can buy the seed box, farmer's outfit and watering can. By unlocking each of these rewards from the Tithe farm, I'll be awarded 100 league points each, which will contribute towards unlocking my next relic. Also, planting seeds here are also tasks which will give me additional league points. But Tithe farm is also important because it is going to unlock the farming skill. I need to reach level 91 farming before I can begin the Winter Todd. By getting to this level I can unlock the farming guild and begin doing farming contracts, of which the Hardcore Harvester relic gives added boosts in seeds given from completing contracts. 91 farming will also allow me to plant 2 spirit trees. I don't know if it's possible to plant a spirit tree in the Twisted League yet, as I'm pretty sure that you need to complete the Grand Tree quest in the main game in order to be able to use spirit trees, but on the off chance that it is possible, then I can plant a spirit tree in the Assidious region of Zia and the farming guild. Should I get to do this, I'll be able to teleport straight to the farming guild, which will make my farm runs more time efficient. Remember, I only have 61 days left to reach the grand total of 2277 total level before Twisted League finishes. With a lot of work left ahead of us before day 2 ends, let us begin. Hey, and welcome back to the Twisted League. It's still day 2 and we are still waiting for our crops to grow so I can get 34 farming and begin playing the Tithe farm minigame. So in the meantime, I'm just out here getting some wood cutting and fletching until it's all done. A dead allotment is not what we like to see, but it's to be expected at this level. We're only using normal compost too, which isn't much better than just leaving the crops to grow without it, but we'll continue to make do with what we have. So we're going to start working on our Hasidius favor soon, but before we can start we need some GP so we can afford some bucket packs, which we're going to need to complete our Piscarilius house favor. Back in the last episode we got 30% favor in Piscarilius, and I don't want to waste the favor we already have by beginning Hosidius, which will result in us losing the favor we already have in Piscarilius. This is something we need to do anyway later on down the line, so we might as well get 100% in Piscarilius and lock it in permanently for the rest of the league. So we got the 100 buckets from the garden supplier in Hosidius, so off we go to Piscarilius. This probably isn't enough buckets to start off with, but I just want to test the water first before buying more. Alright, so that's the Piscarilius house done, and now it's time to move on and getting 100% in our next house. You see, I need some runes and a staff to kill the Sand Snake boss in the Depths of Despair quest, which is a quest in Zia that is going to give me 10% favor in Hosidius and some coins. In order to buy the staff and the runes that I need to kill the Sand Snake, I need to get favor in the Arceus house, which will allow me to use their shots. And seeing as I need 100% in the Arceus house anyway, I guess it makes sense to just get 100% here and now, so we can lock down this house permanently as well for the rest of the league. So that's our first book down, only a few more to go until we can start our next quest. Alright, that is 20% favor in the Arceus house done, so we can start the Ascent of Arceus quest, which is another task that will give us some league points, as well as 10% more favor in Arceus, and some coins as well. Right, so I was wondering if I would actually find this book whilst getting 100% favor, but that's the teleport to Koren spell unlocked on the normal spellbook. I just need to get level 69 magic to actually be able to use it. A nice find so I don't have to worry about looking for it later. So that is 60% favor done in the Arceus house, which unlocks the rune and staff shots we need to get our runes and staff obviously. So I'm going to home teleport back to Koren to get the Clue Hunter garb, so I can have some warm clothing when I eventually head up to Wintertodt, as I'm going to need some coins to buy the runes and staff, and the Wintertodt is a decent way of getting the coins that I need. Seeing as I was near Hosidius, I decided to check on my allotment, and it's all dead again, so I have to wait some more to get 34 farming. Hopefully by the time we're back it'll be all grown. Third time's a charm, right? Alrighty, so we did 5 games of Wintertodt and got ourselves 5 crates, which gives us some decent loot, but more importantly the coins we need, so let's get our staff, our runes, and complete the Ascent of Arceus quest so we can get back to finishing our Arceus favor. So I was passing through Mount Krum whilst doing the Ascent of Arceus, and I thought it would be a good idea to get our first Slayer task, which turns out to be cows. I need level 10 Slayer for an important task later on, but I wonder if you know why I need it. Alright, so that's the Ascent of Arceus quest, which gives us 10% favor in the Arceus house, and we went ahead and completed the rest of our house favor here as well. Got 28 rune crafting from this little grind up to 100%, and of course we'll be back here later on to get 77 rune crafting for when we eventually aim for 99 rune crafting. So it's the Depths of Despair quest which is next, but before we can start the quest we need to get 18 agility, which is a requirement to begin the quest, and the only way to get early game agility experience in Zia is to do barbarian fishing, so we had to run all the way through Mulch to get here, which is quite long but quite worth it as well. Welcome back to Hosidius, and I'm very happy because our allotment has finally grown, so we can go ahead and get 34 farming, which allows us to start the Tithe farm minigame. All we need is 100% in Hosidius favor, and now that we have 18 agility, all we need is to get 20% Hosidius favor to start the quest, so it's time to hit up the plows. Alright, so we got 5% favor, and I'm not doing plows all the way up to 20%, so we're going to dig up some saltpeter, which we can put into buckets of compost, which we can then give for Hosidius favor. Whilst I was getting 34 farming, I was accumulating buckets of compost via the compost bin at the Hosidius allotment, just to save some time later on when I actually started doing my Hosidius favor. And that, my friends, is 21% Hosidius favor done, just a bit over our target, but that's okay. And with that done, we can start the Depths of Despair quest. So let's finally start the quest, get that 10% favor reward, get those league points, and get us closer to starting the Tithe farm. So the Sand Snake was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be, which was nice as I don't want too many combat levels before starting the Wintertodt. I need to be as low as possible as I can be in hit points when I get to Wintertodt, and start grinding for fire making and agility experience, and obviously fire striking and NPC is going to give me some HP experience. But that's the quest done, but the 10% Hosidious favor wasn't quite enough to get the 45% favor I needed to start the cooking hall minigame, where you need 45% favor to actually play. Already have the cooking level to start, and from here the cooking hall is going to get us to 100% Hosidious favor. Also, this is going to be my method for 99 cooking eventually. And this, my friends, is 54 cooking, which is nice, but what is even better is that we now have 100% favor in Hosidious. So now it is time to finally begin the Tithe farm minigame, so we can unlock the farming guild as well as all the rewards from the Tithe farm reward shop. You see, if you didn't hear me earlier, then you might be interested to know that if I get the farmer's outfit, the seed box and the watering can, which in total would give me 300 league points. These are rewards from the Tithe farm minigame, which I can buy through the points I'll be rewarded from doing Tithe farm anyway, and I need to do this to 91 farming, so I might as well buy all the rewards from the shop. Also, the Tithe farm will allow me to buy and plant grape seeds, which I can start growing and turning into Zamorak grapes, which will allow me to make wines of Zamorak in the late game, and that will allow me to make ranging potions as they are the secondary ingredient for making ranged pots. We have level 66 farming coming in. I am now planting the second tier of seeds here at Tithe farm, which is giving us more reward points for the Tithe farm reward shop and getting us closer to level 74. Level 74 farming coming in, and that is the last level that we need for Tithe farming. Now we can use the third and final best seeds to plant here, which means we've completed all of the league point tasks for planting seeds in the Tithe farm, and also, as you can see in the inventory, we have acquired the seed box as well, which is another 100 league points. Also, with this level, we have enough league points to actually unlock our third relic, which is the Way of Artisan. This relic gives double XP in a host of multiple skills, and is so important if we're going to max in the Twisted League. And this, my friends, is level 85 farming, which means we can actually begin doing the best farming contracts in the game. But before we head over to the farming guild, we need to finish our farmer's outfit and get our watering can for those extra league points that we are going to use towards our fourth relic. We have finally done our farmer's outfit for 100 league points. To be honest, I should have left this until last, as I still have a few more farming levels to go until we finish Tithe farm, and if I'd got the watering can first, it would have made this game a lot more pleasant due to the fact that it can hold a lot more water than your usual watering cans, and so it would have been a little less stressful keeping on top of our patterns. And this, my friends, is 87 farming and the end of day 2. I am completely exhausted from doing Tithe farm all day, so I'm heading to bed for a few hours to rest, and when we get back up we're going to finish off this minigame, which has actually been surprisingly fun so far despite how tired I feel. So it's day 3 now. I've just woken up, which I don't know if you actually can tell by my voice, but we're out here in the farming guild to do our first farming contract and also get some league points for unlocking all the tiers here in the guild. A very historic moment right here, and our first farming contract is complete. I'm going to be running between Tithe farm and the farming guild via home teleporting to Krend and running from the castle to the guild, so we can finally start getting our herb lore supplies. Level 88 farming! Level 90 farming coming in, which means we can plant redwood trees, which happens to be an elite task and would give us 250 league points. We just need to get a seed from one of our farming contracts. We finally purchased the watering can, which actually should have been our first purchase, but I was eager to get the seed box and outfit that I just completely forgot to get first. And this, my friends, is our last farming level for the video. Level 91 farming coming in, which means we can plant 2 spirit trees, which hopefully will work in Twisted League and grant us a teleport straight to the farming guild, which would be really nice. But enough chatting, it is time to get our first 99. So we are back at the Winter Todd, and I want to get level 99 in the skill, as it is the fastest and easiest skill to get done in Twisted League. It will also give me 250 league points for our next relic, and some passive woodcutting and fletching experience. Level 60 woodcutting coming in, so we can now get into the woodcutting guild. Very nice. My friends, you have no idea, I am so happy right now. We got ourselves a Tome of Fire. I am so happy we got it this early on. A really nice item to get done on our grind to maxing in the Twisted League. And so it is done. Level 99 fire making done on day 3. That is 1 out of 23 skills done. Only 22 more difficult skills to go to get done before our time runs out. Hey guys, we're back in Hosidius where it began to finish up the episode, and we're finishing by unlocking our 4th relic. After some careful consideration, I decided to get Kono's Blessing, which is going to give us 10% more accuracy and damage against NPCs, and an additional 30% accuracy when we're on Slayer assignments. Out of all the relics, the 4th one was probably the most difficult to choose, as the Treasure Seeker relic would have been very nice to get hold of some really nice gear, but I reckon we're going to get enough clue scrolls whilst we're doing Slayer that we probably won't be missing out on too many things, and that 30% increase whilst doing Slayer is really necessary if we're going to get 99 Slayer. And so with that said, before this episode of Maxed ends, let's have a quick recap of what we accomplished in this episode. We achieved 100% favor in both the Piscarius and Arceus house at the beginning of the episode, as well as the completion of the Ascent of Arceus quest, so that when we began accumulating Hosidius favor, we wouldn't begin losing favor in these 2 houses. Through getting favor in the Arceus house, we unlocked the rune and star shops, which gave us the weapons we needed to complete the In-Depths of Despair quest. With this quest done, we're 3 quests done out of the 6 here in the Twisted League, having already completed the Queen of Thieves quest in episode 1. We also unlocked the Teleport to Corone spell by finding the Transportation Incantations book in the Arceus library, which is going to be very helpful in the late game. Back in Hosidius, we got level 34 farming and reached 100% in the Hosidius house so that we could start the Tithe farm minigame. By reaching 100% in Hosidius, we are only 2 more houses away from completing the Architectural Alliance mini quest, which happens to be a task for league points here in the Twisted League. With the Tithe farm minigame, we achieved our target level of 91, which allows us to plant 2 spirit trees simultaneously, and perhaps more significantly, unlocks the farming guild and tier 3 farming contracts, which allows us to start farming for herbal supplies as we slowly begin grinding out 99 in the herbal skill. With 91 farming done, we also scaled our reward crates from the Winter Todd, which grants us better herbs as rewards for completing games here. By reaching level 99 here, coupled with all the other tasks we've completed so far, we also gained enough league points to unlock our 4th relic. With Kono's Blessing unlocked, we now have the relic that will make our Slayer grind much more smooth in the late game. All that we need now is to get enough league points to reach our 5th and final relic, which is going to be Xeric's Wisdom. With our 5th relic unlocked, we're going to get double the usual amount of experience that we would usually get in Twisted League, which, coupled with the relics that we've already unlocked, is going to make our max grind a lot more viable than it was at the start of Twisted League. My name is Vizela, the narrator and editor of this episode of Maxed, the Twisted League edition. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you in episode 3, where we are going to be hunting for our 5th relic. In the meantime, why not subscribe to my channel for future installments? I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers in 2020, and so your subscription would mean a lot to me. And if you really want to keep up to date with each episode of Maxed, the Twisted League edition, then why not follow Maxed on Twitter? Yeah, that's right, we have a Twitter handle exclusively for each episode of Maxed, where I'll be posting each time an episode goes live on my channel. YouTube hasn't been showing my videos to my subscribers in their subscription boxes or recommended pages, so this is the best way to stay in tune for future episodes of Maxed. The path to Maxed is always a hard one, but with only 61 days left at the time of this video to achieve the grand total of 2,277 total levels, this might perhaps be the hardest grind we will ever do as we continue on the path to becoming the first player to max in every version of RuneScape. I'll see you in episode 3. Take care, guys.